Right.
Sure, I'm sure there is. I don't know because I haven't played in years, but
Right.
I'm sure there are leagues or something that you could get involved in.
Right. Have you um have you thought about I know we talked earlier about joining a gym. Is that something that you thought about really recently, or just kind of brought it up today, or is it something that you thought about in the past as far as physical activity for you?
I have done gym memberships in the past, and I really do enjoy the physical exercise. Um, Even just being able to get out and walk is get some physical activity.
Yeah. Can you see when you exercise that, can you see the benefits that it has for you? What benefits do you see as far as when you are able to engage in physical activity?
Well, I think it makes you feel better to get physical activity in your life. Um, Possibly even makes you be a part of something.
Right, right,
And also you meet people that you work out with. You
right,
have social interaction with other folks.
right. That's very true. Do you think that's something that you could look forward to?
Yeah, yeah,
Interacting with others and having a routine to where you interact with others on a weekly basis.
yes. I think it would be very beneficial.
Now, what about as far as, attending seminars? We talked about that and joining that organization again that you used to be a part of. Is that something that you could see the benefit of for yourself? Is that something you feel like that you would really want to do?
Yes, I think it would be very beneficial. Get you out and about, and networking benefits you in your profession as well.
Right. What good positive and beneficial experiences have you had in the past when you were a part of that organization? Can you recall anything that was a positive experience for you being in that organization in the past?
It's just friendships that I made and contacts that I made in the organization. I think they were very beneficial to me in my work life as well as my personal life.
Mhm. And as far as education, how do you see that playing a role, in your immediate future? How do you see education playing a role for you?
I think it would be very beneficial I mean, anybody who furthers their knowledge and education, can't go wrong. I feel like that would help, anyone to feel better about themselves and more self-esteem.
Right. And looking at a couple of avenues as choices, to try to avoid feeling depressing or to get over feeling depressing. What do you think the combination of all three of these things would be, too much for you to try to investigate all at one time, or how do you see that playing out for you?
I think that maybe the going back to college, or going back to further education, um, would need to be maybe next year if we're going to do the gym membership and the professional organizational work. Then that would take up a lot of time
Right.
as well as working.
Right.
So I would think that those things would be something that could be immediate maybe, and um, then going back to school maybe in the near future.
And when it comes to where you're in a place where you do want to go back to school, do you think that situation would be a full-time situation or a part-time situation because you work?
I would think that it would be maybe on a part-time basis because I do work full-time.
Mhm.
Um, and I would think that I wouldn't want to get overwhelmed
Right. Right.
all doing the full-time work and full-time college courses.
Right, that's understandable. How many days a week do you think you would feel like you would fully be able to commit to attending school?
I would think maybe 1 or 2 nights a week maybe would be, all I would want to endeavor at first.
Right, and that's understandable. As far as working out, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but what do you see yourself as far as the amount of time you would commit to doing that a week?
I think before when I was working out, I did like an hour 3 times a week
Right.
of aerobic exercise, walking or working out at a gym.
Mhm. And where would tennis fall into that for you? As far
Well,
as
that's
amount of
also
time?
aerobic exercise. So I mean, I would think that I could fit that into the 3 hours a week.
Right. I can understand that. So that you would incorporate the aerobic exercise as well as the tennis into the 3 times a week for
Right.
about an hour. So
Right.
about 3 hours a week.
Right.
Okay. And and might you even think about after you pick up the tennis and begin to practice it again, if they have tournaments or something, maybe once a week or once a month, where they might have some kind of tournament you might could look into. Would that be something that you would be interested in as well?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've played tennis, but I might need to take a few lessons again. But that would certainly be something I'd be interested in maybe down the road.
Right. Okay. And as far as joining the organization again, and I know you mentioned that sometimes that you guys have to do lunches. What kind of experiences do you have as far as the having the lunches? Are those training sessions that you usually have, or meetings?
Usually they are training sessions. A part of the luncheon is a guest speaker or someone to help further education. And then part of the luncheon is just networking with other professionals in your area.
So as kind of as we start to formulate a plan today and put a plan in place to, um, kind of combat those feelings of being depressing, as far as you taking personal responsibility for the choices that you have in your life, it seems like we've started to formulate a plan. Would you agree with that? That we started formulating a plan that maybe, doing the gym membership 3 times a week, incorporating aerobic exercise and tennis as far as taking care of, you feeling physically equipped and providing positive changes in your life because you're able to engage in physical activity. Do you see that as a right choice for you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And that's something that you plan to follow up within the next couple of weeks, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And tell me again how you plan to follow up with the gym membership.
I will contact the gym and see what is required to get a membership.
Okay. And so, do you think that you'll have any problems, as far as accountability for that?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. If you ever get stalled, do you have someone that you can kind of talk to or count on if you get stalled with your goals in your life?
Oh, sure.
Okay. And you have no problem speaking with that person if you have questions to help you with that part of our session?
No.
Okay, all right. So besides the gym membership, it also looks like, we have a plan in place and starting to formulate for our social connections as well and kind of helping you with your work experience. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Okay, and becoming a part of the organization. And tell me the timeline for that again.
I will contact them next week and see about getting membership application.
Okay, all right. And do you think that you have dues or whatever that you have to pay as far as
Yes, you do.
Okay, so
Yearly
normally,
dues.
okay, so you normally have to call and pay your dues and be
Right.
a part of the organization, and you just have to attend
The
the
meeting.
meetings and stuff. Okay, so all right, so it sounds like we have our goals of things that we want to work on, and do you think the plan that we developed today, starting to implement and put into place is going to help you with the feelings of depression?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and taking ownership and personal responsibility, it sounds like we're formulating a plan for you to come get out of those feelings. And I'd like you just to take the time tonight to kind of think and go over, what we talked about and maybe journal about some of those things, and we can follow up with the stuff that you'd like to follow up with our next session.
Sure.
Okay, all right. And thank you very much.